Hello guys, welcome to Kuma Comments. Here we dive deep in the world of animes. Today we're going to talk about the most complex villain in One Piece. In terms of complexity, he is the GOAT. But sorry for bringing that name again. It will leave a lot of people with a bad taste in the mouth, but what I will say is true. Before I say, you can try to guess in the comments. I will not even doubt it if you can get it right, but it's not probably who you're thinking of. Before saying who it is, we have to clarify what a good villain is. What is a villain, or what elements a villain needs to have? A good villain needs to have the following elements: a clear and relatable motivation. The character or the villain I'm thinking has it. Complexity and depth. Complexity like flaws, internal conflicts, a background story that explain why they act like they act. A memorable presence. Things like appearance, voice, mannerism, or other things that make that character stand out. Ability to evolve. But in this point, I will say that the character or the villain needs to be dynamic. It cannot be someone static. Emotional impact. When we're saying emotional impact, it can be fear, hate, empathy, or admiration. But and the villain I'm talking about is Orochi. And I know what you're thinking. Ooh, brother. Ooh. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. But let's be honest, that character has a lot of depth. And sometimes we just don't understand it because we don't like him. But he's a villain. We shouldn't like him. We should not like him, for real. And let me explain a little bit. Clear and relatable motivation. One of the last members of the Kurozumi family who were disgraced and stripped of their powers of their power and authority, Orochi developed immense greed and thirst for power. And some traumas also. Yeah, some traumas, a lot of traumas. He has a child while fleeing of the people of Wano, was sheltered by Kurozumi Higurashi and Kurozumi Semimaru, two people that encouraged him to be evil. Let's make a tiny comparison with Kurozumi Otama. Otama was taken under the protection of Itetsu. That was an incredible guy. And let's be honest, even if in real life, if you saw your family being strong-willed and you are protected by evil people since you are a child, and since you're a child, you are like, you need to be fake to survive, you need to run to survive. The chances of you growing up as a healthy person, they're really low. Complexity and depth still. Orochi is the most complex villain of One Piece. But as I said, this is hard to understand because we just don't like him, we despise him. He is a disgusting character. But its construction is deeply rooted in his childhood trauma and environment that favored him to develop some narcissistic and antisocial traits. Let's be honest and let's analyze it a little bit. People of Wano, they are not so innocent. Bro, come on, they hunt a child for something he didn't do. It's not just that him and Kanjuro went to a horrible situation as children. They saw their family getting heavy word. They were pursued They were pursued for things that were out of their power, and they were sheltered by horrible people who encouraged them to do horrible things. If someone had the courage to say, "Oh, Naruto, he had a reason to be a villain," and say Orochi and Kanjuro had not, you just stop it. Just stop. And I believe Orochi is the what they call the grandiose narcissist, and Kanjuro is the opposite of a grandiose narcissist. Always I saw or heard the name of Orochi in One Piece, I feel like I wanted to throw up. For real, Orochi has a memorable presence, but in a bad sense. Nothing good in him or his own design. Horrible design, just like him, horrible person. But he's a villain. That's what he should be. Ability to evolve. Oda is just a genius. Currently, there are a lot of people wanting to do villains who are just villains who just want justice and are misunderstood. But I respect authors that still make real villains. There are disgusted villains who die bad without any regret. Shout out to Sukune. Oh my god. Let's just continue. And the ability to evolve of Orochi takes us to the point where I talked about complexity and depth. Orochi is someone who shows narcissistic and psychopathic characteristics. People like this rarely improve or evolve, only pretend when it's convenient. In a lot of situations, Orochi pretends to be that good guy just because it is convenient to him. It's not just like he's going to change. People like them, people like narcissists rarely change. Emotional impacts. Bad when you talk bad about a person and you can get some good things, it is normal to think, oh, it wasn't so bad. But when you're talking about a person and only have bad things to say, for example, the difference between my ex and one Akuma is that one Akuma doesn't pretend to be good. But now imagine with me, if someone says to you, you're like Blackbeard, oh dope, super strategic. You're like buggy, funny, and chaotic. You're like two flamingo full of drip and some strong principles. You're like truck crocodile, dripping in style, but like she, they, them, man, I don't know. But what would be One Piece without Luffy's mom? But when someone says to you, you're like Orochi. If someone said that to me, I would be like, I don't even know, man. I don't know. Orochi. I'm like Orochi. It doesn't matter in what sense Orochi. Come on. Come on. Come on. Who hasn't felt hatred for Orochi? Throw me the first stone. Come on, man. When Denjiro finished him off, I felt an inexplicable relief. After coming back so many times, it was good to get rid of him for once and for all. Orochi is so hated that we wouldn't even want him back even if he's going to help Luffy. Not even if he had clues to One Piece. Orochi was a goat in terms of complexity because besides of simply being an antagonist, he brings depth, conflict, and strong emotions to the story. And one video is not enough to talk about it. I will be talking about Orochi has a character. Orochi has a character that has NPD in more depth, If you would like to hear about it, please hit that like button like you will hit the Orochi. Subscribe, and I'm out.